Hi guys, it's Rebecca. Thank you so much for joining me for today's video. Today's video is going to be my finale for my Mean Girls project pen. This was a collab with the Fantastic Ladies group on Facebook. And this project started back in October of 2018 and it was a 6-month long project pen. Now I actually have been finished with these items for a while now. I think it was like 1 or 2 weeks after my last update that I finished all the items, but I figured I would just upload it the finale when it's due or closer to when it was due. So anyway, I guess spoilers, I finished everything and I'm going to start with the 2 items that I was working on still from last update. So for the quote, if you guys didn't know this, these categories are based off of quotes from Mean Girls. So each quote had an item that was attached to it. So let's just get started. For the quote of it was full tilt, It was full tilt jungle madness. And for that was an item that shows off your wild side. And I went with a bright pink lipstick. And this was a bright pink lipstick from Kat Von D in the color Sexer. It's just a mini, but it was super bright pink. I'll try to give you guys a swatch so you guys can see. It was a bright fuchsia pink, blue toned, and I used it up. This was brand new. I'll try to insert a picture of what it looked like, but I used it up. I really enjoyed this color. I got a lot of compliments when I wore this. I didn't know if I was gonna be able to finish it because I had about like a month and a half or so to finish, but I focused solely on this lipstick and I used it every single day. I wore it multiple times. I reapplied every day. And I was able to finish it. So this is just the plastic right here. So there's like a little bit of a bump on the actual lipstick left, but the plastic around it kind of like scratches my lips when I try to put it on. So this is just, it's finished, it's done. I'm very happy about that. And the last quote that I was working on was whatever, I'm getting cheese fries. And for that, it was a comfort item. And I had picked this loose powder from NYC. This is the Color Skin Loose Face Powder. And I love this powder in particular. I think it's great. But it's very easy for me to go through face powders, either pressed or loose. Very comfortable panning it. And this had a sifter, but I removed it so I could use all of it. And I do have a backup because when I repurchased this, I had to buy it through Amazon because they're not sold here in the States. And I bought a two-pack. So that's this one. So I still have it. I'm not gonna open the other one anytime soon. I kind of want to work through my regular size and minis just because these take a little bit longer to use up. And I want my collection to kind of like the numbers to go down as much as possible. So if I can go through the minis and sample sizes faster, I'm gonna use those first and then kind of use the big tubs like these for later on throughout the year. So those are the last 2 items that I was working on. Now I'm going to share with you guys the other items that I was working on. But unfortunately, since this project started back in October of 2018, the items that I finished in October, November, and December, I don't have with me because I featured them in my year-long project pan empty. So I will try to insert pictures so you guys can see what those items were. So for the first quote was, on Wednesdays we wear pink. And for that I had used a mini deluxe size sample of the Dior lip glow. I used that up right away. It was a tiny little thing. Then the next item was, I'm not like a regular mom, I'm a cool mom. And for that was an item that makes you feel cool. And for that I do have the item. It was a highlighter from this IT Cosmetics Live Love Laugh Vitality Face Disc. And I believe, yes, the highlighter was right here. It was a very kind of like bam in your face highlight. It took me a while to get used to it because it was so like out there for me, for my particular taste in highlighters, but I was able to use it up. I think I finished it. Did I finish it last update? Maybe the update before, but it took me the majority of the length of this project to use it up, but I'm happy that I did finish it because I finished this palette and now I can have this guy in my products I used up in 2019. So that was this one. The next quote was, I really want to lose 3 pounds. And for that was an item that makes you feel skinny. And for that I went with a bronzer because, you know, when we bronze and contour our faces, that makes us look a little bit more skinny I think. So anyway, I went with this bronzer from Tarte in the Park Avenue Princess. This is the regular one, the one that's a little bit glowy. And my goal on this one was just to hit pan. And I did hit pan quite a bit. And I used it all of October, November, December. But in January, when I started my Pan That palette, you guys know there's a bronzer in there. So I stopped using this one in January. So I think I would have been able to finish it had I continued working on it. But since I am using the other bronzer and my only goal was to hit pan, I figured I would be okay to stop using this one. Maybe I will, once I finish the other bronzer, I'll get this one out or save it for another project pan. I don't know. But anyway, that is this one. The next category was, I'm a mouse, duh. And for that was a mouse themed project pan, item. And I went with an eyeshadow from this Sephora by Minnie Mouse collection, and I had picked a very easy shadow. Let me just get it out. I had picked this shade right here. It was a cream shade in the color Put a Bow on It, and I used it to set my eyeshadow primer every single day. It was a cream shade. It was very easy to use, and it has an X because I used it up in 2018. So as you guys can see, I have a lot of work to do on this palette, but at least I got that shade out of this palette. The next item was, she doesn't even go here. And for that, it was an item that should be decluttered from your collection. And I had picked a quad from CoverGirl that I actually only had 2 eyeshadows left to work with. It was a silvery grayish eyeshadow and a burgundy reddish eyeshadow. I used them up. I did, because I featured them in my 2018 Makeup MDs, but honestly, I don't even remember how I used them. It feels like I used them up so long ago, but obviously I used them up sometime towards the end of 2018, but I can't remember. Anyway, the next category was, that is so fetch. And for that, was an item that was so fetch. And I had picked this, the travel size of the Sol de Janeiro Brazilian, not Boom Boom Cream, the body mist. What is it called? I'm totally drawing a blank on the name, but I had picked the body spray. You guys will be seeing a picture, and I used it up also towards the end of 2018. So that was that. The next category or quote was, why are you so obsessed with me? And for that, it was an item that just wouldn't leave your collection. And I had picked actually a skincare item for this. I had picked an e.l.f. Prep and Prime cooling stick, something like that. It's supposed to be a dupe for the Milk Makeup cooling stick. I didn't think it was a dupe for that cooling stick. And it just took me so long to use that product because I don't like it. And I think that's why it wouldn't leave my collection, because I wouldn't use it. Once I put it in this project and I started using it like every single day, it went by pretty fast. I'm glad that I did, because it's out of my collection and I'll never have to deal with it, and I will never repurchase that one. Didn't like it. The last one was, I saw Katie Heron wearing army pants and flip-flops, so I bought army pants and flip-flops. And for this category, it was an item that you bought because somebody else bought it. And I had gone with a Tarte CC corrector concealer type thing that I purchased because Coffee Break with Danny talked about it during an Ulta's 21 Days of Beauty. I used it up. I absolutely fell in love with that corrector. I wish I could repurchase it, but I have too many right now that I can't justify buying it. Plus I'm on a no buy, so yeah, as soon as I can, I will definitely be repurchasing because I loved it. So there you go, guys. Those were my items that I picked for this Mean Girls Project Pan. I had a lot of fun working on these items, and especially because I love this movie. It's like one of my high school movies. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye.